Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá ni ẹ dìbò náà fún ọmọlúwàbí Ọ̀ṣun olóríire Ọ̀ṣun Àrẹ̀mú Ọ̀ṣun ó ti sọ̀tún ní tuntun ó sọ gbódìlé ó tàṣàdọjà ó sì sáwò ìyàrá olóríire ọmọ Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá ńlẹ́ ọmọlúwàbí Ọ̀ṣun Ìjẹ̀ṣà bẹ̀ni ọ̀mẹlẹ̀ òbí tẹ́mi gbọ́lá o ọmọ agodo kúrò nílé ìmòyọ lẹ́lẹ̀ lóró ẹlẹ́fọ̀n mo kékèké ní sàṣọlódé ìsájọ gbọdọ̀ tiẹ̀ ní aṣáṣọ àwọn Ìjẹ̀ṣà èyí tán rí lọ́jà ní ẹ̀rọ wá fún mi nílé máa rí yeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyeyey
Every story appears ordinary till you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is the story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Good evening and welcome to CoreTV Prime Time News. I am Gift Ogete. In our major story, Lagos State Government, the federal government and representatives of the World Health Organization seek support of Pastor Temitope Joshua in curbing the spread of Ebola virus. Also in this program, as organizers decry absence of major governorship candidates in debate, Social Democratic Party candidate Segun Akinwusi and candidate of the Unity Party of Nigeria Ibrahim Adeoti roll out plans for the state of Osun. Security threat posed by Boko Haram will take center stage as United States President Barack Obama hosts U.S.-Africa Summit. And outside Nigeria, Israel begins withdrawal of ground troops from Gaza Strip, redeploys others. Good to have you join us now. Details of the headlines and not stories. One of the frontline traditional rulers in Lagos State, the paramount ruler of Ikorodu, the Ayegburen of Oba Saluddin Oyefusi, is dead, aged 83. The Ayegburen died in a London hospital after battling illness for a few months. Late Oyefusi ascended the throne in 1971 and has ruled Ikorodu for 43 years. He was one of the respected traditional rulers in Lagos, a member of the State Council of Obas and Chiefs. The General Overseer of Synagogue Church of Nations, Pastor Temitope Joshua, says he's ready to partner with the federal government and Lagos State government to help crop the spread of the deadly Ebola virus. Abiola Oluwole was at a meeting between the pastor, government medical team. His report is presented from our studios.
Since the reported case of Ebola virus in Lagos, the government and some professionals have been strategizing on how to prevent the spread of the disease in Nigeria. The joint medical team of the federal government, Lagos State government and representative of the World Health Organization visited the Synagogue Church of All Nations to seek the collaboration of Pastor Temitope Joshua on the best way to advise against seeking spiritual help in treating the killer disease.
We have so far an imported case of Ebola, and our duty is to make sure that it doesn't escape into Nigerians. We are not doubting the power that God has given you. We can't do that, but we can help and work with you to even make it stronger. So our mission is to come here, exploit ways through which we can work together to make sure that this thing does not explode.
Being a church that attracts followership across the West African sub-region and other parts of the world, sensitizing the leadership of the Synagogue Church of All Nations is critical in the fight against Ebola disease.
The federal government and state government are working hand in how to control this, how to contain this. We have our strategies, and we said we needed to share it with you. Again, we need to assess what resources you have, because the population here, whether it's one case or two cases, if you allow this to go out, it's a major problem. That's why we are here, to work together on how to contain the spread of this disease.
Pastor T.B. Joshua expressed his readiness to join force with government on how to checkmate the spread of the virus, but maintained that his church does not have congregation in Liberia, Guinea and Sierra Leone that are currently ravaged with the disease.
I want to assure you once again that if I have any message for this issue, their president is there, I will go there. Because I know what it means if somebody comes from the airport to Nigeria, from the airport to get here, innocent people. I understand that. So, I mean, I want to assure you, please, you need to know my heart for this nation.
According to medical experts, there is no known medical cure for the deadly Ebola virus.
Following the increasing insurgency and recent outbreak of the Ebola virus in the country, Nigerians have been urged to draw closer to God in prayers and repentance of sins for the good of the nation and the world. The Christian Association of Nigeria made the call during its 2014 intercessory prayers for Nigeria held in Benin, Edo State capital, with the theme A Call to Repentance. The Vice Chairman of CAN and Catholic Bishop of Archdiocese, Gabriel Dunia, says the association deemed it necessary to use the event to mobilize Christians all over the state to pray for both the state and the nation in the face of the numerous challenges. It said that Nigerians were yet to appreciate the love of God sufficiently through communal living, irrespective of tribe, tongue, or religion. The bishop used the occasion to assure Nigerians of God's unfailing intervention to save the country if they rejected evil and embraced repentance. While calling for prayers for peace and good governance, the association also urged the people to pray for their political and religious leaders at all levels of government. United States President Barack Obama plans to host an unprecedented gathering of African leaders this week. One of the issues to be discussed is a security threat posed by Boko Haram. This report seeks to evaluate the solutions anticipated from the summit.
In an audacious attack that stunned the world, Islamist group Boko Haram in April kidnapped over 250 schoolgirls from Chibok in northeastern Nigeria. Over recent years, the organization's fight to create an Islamic state has left over 10,000 dead. To this day, 219 Chibok girls are still missing, and a massive operation in the region by the Nigerian army has done little to restore security.
There's a risk at the moment because Boko Haram operates in the northeastern border region of Nigeria. There is a risk to countries around it. It's known that Boko Haram insurgents do move across borders quite easily, particularly into Niger, Chad, Cameroon, each of the neighbors.
On the other side of the continent, another militant Islamist organization, Al-Shabaab, continues to wage its own war. Driven out of the Somali capital, Mogadishu, in 2011 by African Union troops, the Al-Qaeda-linked group controls swaths of rural Somalia and is wreaking havoc in neighboring Kenya. Al-Shabaab claimed responsibility for the bloodbath at Nairobi's Westgate shopping mall in 2013 and for several attacks around the tourist island of Lamu. The two groups may have similar methods but are nevertheless distinct.
This is a really important point, this difference between Al-Shabaab and Boko Haram. And they grew out of different contexts, different environments, different drivers. And certainly Al-Shabaab it's more international in the sense of its activities. And also if you look at the geography of the regions, Al-Shabaab is very much more closer to the Gulf, has more access to other groups and so on. So it's a rather different situation.
In Africa's Sahel and Sahara region, Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb carry out regular attacks on targets deemed opposed to their radical Islamist views. At a time when Africa is opening up to increased international investment, the fight against Islamist militancy is stepping up. Whether anti-piracy operations around the Horn of Africa or counter-insurgency operations on the ground, Africa's radicals are being at best contained but not beaten. And with vast tracts of sparsely populated land in which to train and recruit, they continue to offer marginalized and poor young men the chance to join groups that not only offer an ideology but money.
Nigeria's new police chief, Sulaiman Abba, is the 17th indigenous Inspector General of Police since independence. He joined the force as a cadet assistant superintendent of police in December 1984, and exactly 30 years later, he's Inspector General. But what many don't know is that until 2 years ago, he was a commissioner of police in Rivers State. Pius Samuel takes a look at the background of the new IG.
Born on March 22, 1959, the acting Inspector General of Police has in the last 3 decades worked in virtually every part of the country. But he also had the honor of being the ADC in 1995 to the then First Lady Mariam Abacha. He was the commanding officer of the Mobile Police Unit at the Presidential Villa and later headed Mobile Police Squadron in Abuja. There were suggestions that during his stint at the State House in the Abacha years, he was a member of the strike force. But Abba has also been able to showcase his leadership qualities as Deputy Commissioner of Police in Kebbi and Kano states. As Commissioner of Police, he was in Rivers State between 2009 and 2012. Along the way, he was posted to Lagos during the 2011 general elections. A police statement added that the new IG was the Deputy Force Secretary twice, both as Commissioner of Police and as a Deputy Commissioner of Police. This experience is what he has vowed to bring to bear on his new job.
That I'm committed to the creation of a safe and secure environment for all people of Nigeria by leading the Nigeria Police Force in engineering and participating in endeavors to address the root causes of crime in Nigeria, preventing actions that threaten the safety and security of Nigeria, and conducting diligent criminal investigation to ensure criminals are always brought to justice. Whilst in pursuit of these noble objectives, I shall at all times uphold the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, be guided by the needs and concerns of Nigerians, recognize and ensure the welfare of officers, respect and protect human rights, cooperate with other security agencies, and achieve, and the government at all levels in the country, and in order to achieve a safe and secure environment for everyone living in Nigeria.
He has been an Assistant Inspector General of Police since 2012, and now that he is IG at 55, he is almost certain to be in office barring any unforeseen circumstances till March 2019, when he will be 60 years.
A governorship debate tagged Osun Decides 2014 took place in Osogbo, the Osun state capital, but incumbent Governor Ralph Aregbesola, PDP governorship candidate Iyanola Omishere, and Fatai Kimbade are absent or were absent. Social Democratic Party candidate Segun Akinwusi says he is in the race for the youth, while Ibrahim Adeoti says he will overhaul the state of Osun. Adeoti focused on education, saying he will make it affordable for all.
You know that a whole center of any government will be the people. Because when you build infrastructure, you build everything, you need to build such infrastructure. And so we are taking the interest of the people to our heart.
The reason why I'm doing this is my commitment to service. All I've done in my adult life is to serve. Be the head of the student union when I was schooling in Russia, or be it when I became the youngest member of the Afenifere, the World Congress of Afenifere in the United States.
But we know the visible, the present circumstance. Yes. I know the economy of this state. I've been in immense, like I told, for 35 years. I worked on that 16 government. Even today, the problem that is on ground, the quantum of debt that this state has, it's not feasible for government to make education free at that level. But I just believe that because of equity, because of the need to take care of indigenous students and all the rest, we may have to reduce the school fees drastically that it will be affordable.
Don't show yourself making it free.
No, yes, affordable to make it affordable. You know, for example,
as a very active parent in the life of my child, I'll make sure the Osun parents are very active in the decision-making process that happens in the public schools. Now, talking about higher education, I'm going to make it free. Quote me, FREE with exclamation mark, capital letter. It's been done already. I'm not saying this for politics.
Well, thank you so much. I'd like to stop you there, but then just before that.
Meanwhile, organizers of the governorship debate in Osun condemned the action of the candidates of the major political parties in the governorship election. They accused the leading candidates of denying the people of Osun an opportunity to hear their plans and make informed decisions.
As a candidate, if you don't come and cater to those youth, those educated youth, then you really don't have the population in.
As young people of this state, we have a very large population, and this is the time to begin to say, if we want to copy democracy, we must copy all the good things around it. So if we are calling them for a debate and they are running away or shying away, what they mean is the youths are not important to them and they can go to hell with their votes.
But we will continue to provide the platform as long as we can, and hope over the years the culture of debate will begin to matter, because at the end of the day, debates are about ideas.
Members of various political parties have continued to switch calms ahead of the August 9 governorship election. The defection of an APC stalwart from Ikire local government to the PDP has been described by the party as a signal heralding a major change. Franco Malape has more.
The trend of defection started with the shocking announcement of Senator Isaka Adeleke earlier in the year. While some have left the PDP to the ruling APC, a host of others have also defected to the PDP. One of such recent defections is that of Olawe Falabi.
Like the Yoruba used to say, Ojo Onoto Eyefo Life Arabara. He's in his own party, I am in my own party. In no way do we have anything in common, and in no way do we disturb each other. The choice now is between me and my people to choose which side they want to go, because they know I cannot lead them astray. I'm sure they are ready to go along with me.
The PDP described the defection as a sign of the change that is coming with the August 9 election.
What I see is that there is a trend for change, especially in the Southwest. If you notice very well, there had been a vacuum in the leadership setup of the Yorubas. Unfortunately for us, those people aspiring to lead us don't have that type of integrity. And they want to impose themselves on the Yorubas. And that's why people now say, no, we won't accept that.
In its quest to wrest power from the ruling All Progressives Congress, the PDP says that the power of grassroots politics will be a major factor in the coming election.
They will determine what's going to happen. And I will focus on that woman. Because women say if you can, educate a woman, you're educating the whole nation. And women are kind of the backbone of the community, of the family to start with. So the way I'm looking at it is that grassroots policy is going to play a big role.
Okay. The PDP boasted that there will be more defections from the opposition party before the election.
You will see a kind of, how do I call it, whether tsunami or whatever one can use to describe the rate and the volume of the wavelengths that will follow. But you see, the problem with them is that some of them, they are undecided. But when they see the true picture of everything, they will drift.
While the APC seems to be losing members, the party says it is not threatened by any defection. The party reiterated its confidence in winning the election.
Whether it will discourage or not, you are the judge of that. From what you have seen here, did you see a discouraged crowd? Did you see any crowd that is intimidated? Did you see any crowd that have any fear of failure? These are people set for victory.
The governorship election is just a few days away, and some analysts wonder how defections at this time will affect the outcome of the election. Frank Omalape, CoreTV News, Osogbo.
The national leadership of the People's Democratic Party says it does not need to rig in order to win the August 9 governorship election in Osun State. The party says it will plead on the people of the state to deliver their votes for its candidates. Inyola Omishewe, National Publicity Secretary of the party, Elisa Metu, stated this in an interview with journalists. Metu said that it will be wrong to allege that the party was banking on an unarmed official to deliver votes for the party in 10 local government areas, as alleged by the APC. He also denied the allegation that the party is shopping for a payable returning officer to help the party rig the election. PDP advises INEC. The Osun State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has warned the Independent National Electoral Commission against recruiting members of the Osun Youth Empowerment Scheme as ad hoc staff for the August 9 governorship election in the state. The party said it had been informed that some chieftains of the All Progressives Congress have infiltrated INEC and were fraudulently enlisting OES cadets for recruitment as ad hoc staff for the election. In a statement issued by the Director of Media and Strategy of Osun PDP, Diron Odeyemi, the party specifically accused Senator Isiaka Adeleke of forcing INEC officials to recruit OES cadets for election duties in his constituency. The party advised members of OES to be wary of antics of the APC leaders by declining to be fraudulently enlisted for election duties, saying any OES cadet caught by the security operatives will face the consequences alone. Reacting to the allegation, the spokesperson of the APC in Osun, Kunle Oyatomi, urged the PDP to report to INEC if they have evidence to back their claim and described the allegation as illogical. You're watching CoreTV Primetime News. We'll take a break. We'll be back shortly. Stay with us.
CoreTV News now provide a platform for live coverage of political rallies and electioneering campaign from anywhere in Nigeria. Political news stories, political editorial reviews, political discussions, personality profile, People's Parliament from the National, State and Local Government Assembly. Contact us now on 0803-471-8550 or 0803-724-9733. 01453-3407.
Our 24-hour news station. You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime News.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, our 24-hour news station.
Nigerians continue to
the city of Lagos once again has all
Be the first to know from the north, south, east, west and around Africa. We break the news.
One Nigeria.
Now you can catch all the actions live as the news breaks. We are CoreTV News.
Welcome to CoreTV,
our 24-hour news station.
Welcome back. It's CoreTV Primetime News. The people of Moro Town and its environs in Ile-Ife North local government area of Osun State have called on the federal government to ensure a regular supply of electricity. Rashid visited the area. He filed in this report.
One of the basic necessities of life very much cherished by all Nigerians, including those in the hinterland, is regular electricity supply. Little wonder then that the people of Moro community in Ile-Ife North local government of Osun State and its environs were overjoyed when Governor Rauf Aregbesola commissioned transformers and power distribution substation in the community. A PHCN official, Billy Francis, recounted the people's ordeal with electricity supply before Osun State's intervention.
Between July 2012 to December, there's a total blackout in this part of Origbo. One of the transformer, 2.5 MVA transformer, serving the communities, back off. But with the intervention of this government, they brought this 7.5 MVA to these communities. Since then, they are really enjoying supply.
Local businesses, especially those whose sources of operation depend solely on electricity, explains how difficult it was for them to produce when the transformers were not installed. With a supply of electricity substation and transformers to these communities, one would expect that a sustainable relief has come their way. However, irregular supply of electricity from the national grid have rendered the newly acquired substation and transformers close to useless. The people of the community have constantly called on the federal authorities who has the control on the national grid to make the much desired substation work effectively.
There are some circumstances on it because we have a problem at Osogbo. That's why we are still enjoying the supply.
Being the cause, I don't know why. They should just look for a way to help us make this light stable. We need federal government to help us make light stable from their own axis, since the state government has done theirs.
A youth corper, Godwin Abata, advised the federal government to take a cue from Osun State government in the provision of stable power supply in the country.
Government should keep on doing something like this, even just in the federation, not only in Osun State or Ile-Ife, nationwide.
As political campaigns fill the air in Osun State, projects like this are regarded as testimonial for the government of the day. In a few days' time, the people will troop out to cast their votes for the candidate of their choice in the state's governorship election. It will soon be revealed to all if works like this have a positive influence on the chances of the incumbent. Rashid, CoreTV News, Moro, Ife North local government area of Osun State.
A group, Rivers PDP Third Force, have urged President Goodluck Jonathan and the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Adamu Muazu, to call the Minister of State for Education, Nyesom Wike, to order over his utterances on the forthcoming election in the state. The group kicked against Wike's claim that he remained the only politician that can win the 2015 election. They said the minister must be stopped from contesting the poll. Wike told journalists during an interaction in Port Harcourt that he will win the 2015 governorship election if he decided to join the race. A statement by the Secretary General of the socio-political group, Opright Amatre, said posterity would hold the PDP national leaders accountable should Wike be allowed to breach the political order in the state, since he came from Ikwere, the same area with the incumbent governor. The national leadership of the People's Democratic Party says Governor Tanko Almakura of Nasarawa State to face his problems with his people instead of engaging in what it called an All Progressives Congress outworn antics of blaming the presidency and the PDP for their self-inflicted woes. PDP National Publicity Secretary Lisa Metu says Almakura should look inwards and find answers to his challenges as the chief executive of his state. Metu said the idea of promoting tried excuses of external influences, sponsoring of protests, threatening and unleashing thugs against the state's legislators and levelling against the PDP will not solve the problem. He ordered that the impeachment move against Almakura remained a local issue in the state, saying the provisions of the law and constitution of the nation were very clear on such processes. Metu said the PDP is astonished with what he called series of unfounded allegations, insults, blackmails and threats sponsored against the presidency and the PDP, aimed at subverting constitutional provisions, undermine democratic institutions and ultimately establish a reign of impunity in the state. He ordered that Almakura and the APC must understand that the issue at stake is not a matter of political sentiment and threat, neither it is a matter of sponsoring protests and media propaganda, but that of democracy, accountability and the provisions of the law and the Constitution. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Aminu Tambuwal, says it is against the law of the land for anybody to start campaigning for elected positions in 2015 poll when the Independent National Electoral Commission is yet to give politicians the nod to do so. Tambuwal disassociated himself from the posters flooding some parts of Abuja, promoting him as the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress in 2015. Thanking the promoters of the idea for considering him worthy to vie for the presidency, the Speaker advised them not to run foul of the law by initiating campaign ahead of the official declaration by INEC. The posters had paired Tambuwal and his deputy Emeka Ihedioha as president and vice president respectively on the ticket of the APC. On his part, Ihedioha dismissed the alleged link with the APC as laughable, coming at a time he is on a PDP assignment with President Goodluck Jonathan and other top party officials ahead of the governorship poll in Osun State. Ihedioha pledged his loyalty to the PDP, adding that since 2011, he had worked hard to reposition the party in his home state, Imo. It's CoreTV Primetime News. We'll take another break. Stay with us.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then news. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
CoreTV News now provide a platform for live coverage of political rallies and electioneering campaign from anywhere in Nigeria. Political news stories, political editorial reviews, political discussions, personality profile, People's Parliament from the National, State and Local Government Assembly. Contact us now on 0803-471-8550 or 0803-724-9733. 01453-3407.
A 24-hour news station.
CoreTV News presents a platform with presence in over 30 states of the Federation. Be sure to be had. For live coverage of events, we have the capacity to deliver from anywhere in Nigeria and beyond. Contact us now on 0803-471-8550 or 0803-724-9733. 014-533-407.
A 24-hour news station.
Welcome back. It's CoreTV Primetime News Weekend Edition. A military spokesman says Israel has begun withdrawing some ground troops from the Gaza Strip and redeploying others, but operations against Hamas will continue. His remarks came a day after the Israeli army gave a first indication that it was ending operations in parts of Gaza, informing residents of Beit Lahia and Al-Attara in the north that it was safe to return home. Witnesses in the north confirmed seeing troops leaving the area as others were pulling out of villages east of Khan Yunis in the south. It is the first time troops had been seen pulling back since the start of the Israeli operation, which began on July 8. Troops had pulled out of Beit Lahia and Al-Attara, but there is no confirmation whether the pullout would expand into other areas hit by heavy fighting. Poachers have devised new methods to outsmart rangers seeking to stop the illegal killing of elephants in Kenya. Trade in the tusk of elephants have endangered the African species of the animal and affected wildlife in Kenya. The report.
As the government deploys more rangers, poachers here are using increasingly sophisticated methods to get around them.
We're also getting more money in the trade, and unfortunately that is fueling the use of more technologies that, such as, you know, in South Africa they're using helicopters and night vision goggles. We're starting to see some of those things used here.
Poaching isn't the only problem here. The land has been devastated by decades of slash and burn agriculture by farmers and charcoal burners seeking a quick buck.
Climate change is already having an effect here on the local communities. The whole Tsavo ecosystem is a very dry area, so water is always in short supply, but especially now with the effects of climate change, we see that droughts are prolonged, they're more frequent.
However, a pioneering UN-backed project set by non-profit organization Wildlife Works is helping prevent climate change and preserve the forests. Farmers can earn carbon credits by conserving and replanting trees, with the cash exchange of credits supporting nearly 100,000 rural Kenyans. The money has helped support projects like tree nurseries as well as anti-poaching schemes.
It is the developed countries that are responsible for the mess. And we continue insisting as developing countries that they must take immediate and drastic steps to correct the problem.
In a deeply poor region, the project earns each person around $270 a year and helps them see value in the environment and as well transforming the lives of the locals. It is hoped it will also protect those of the elephants.
The popular movie Sound of Music will be 50 years old by next year since it was first premiered. Austria is capitalizing on tourists who come to visit the locations where the film was shot to make brisk business. The report.
For generations, The Sound of Music has attracted tourists of all ages and nationalities to Salzburg, where both the true life story of the singing Von Trapp family and the Hollywood movie took place. It's become big business for the city, drawing almost as many tourists as its main attraction of Mozart and classical music.
300,000 visitors come to Salzburg almost exclusively because of The Sound of Music. That's just a great story. It's the most successful location selling in film history.
Austrians always knew about the Von Trapp family. whose story was made into several films here in the 1950s. But the Broadway and Hollywood versions hardly made a mark in this part of the Alps until recently. The musical on which the film was based only premiered in Salzburg in 2011 and was a huge success. Sound of Music puppet performances, exhibits and concert and dinner evenings have also made an appearance in recent years. But the biggest draw of all for foreign visitors remains the Sound of Music tours. Every day, dozens of tourists jump on a bus to see the original film locations, learn more about the movie, and of course, sing along to the catchy tunes.
I've always loved the movie. It was the first musical my mom showed me and got started from there and saw it on Broadway. Just something about the movie, captures audience's attention, and it's magical. So just seeing, the beautiful scenery, the Alps, it's very heartwarming.
Got good music, good scenery. I think it's timeless as well though. My parents love it, my nan watches it, so it brings everyone together.
The musical has been around since 1959, but new stage and television productions pop up every year, from Canada to China and India, proving interest in the Sound of Music is very much alive to the delight of Salzburg tourism industry.
It's a family film. We've had visitors who were first here backpacking, then came with their wives, later with their children, and today they come with their grandchildren.
Next year, the movie turns 50 years, and Salzburg is already in talks with the film studio and musicals rights owners for a special tribute.
I remember the movie there. Interesting. And with that, we wrap off the program for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Join us again tomorrow. Good night.